What's up, Doug?
Oh,
Continue.
how are you?
Doing well.
It's the 1st of August. We're here in Billings, Montana. Luke is getting our guns checked. We're bringing three Weatherby rifles on this Caribou DIY trip. We got our masks on because of COVID-19. Today we are going to Seattle, and then we're going to Fairbanks at 2 o'clock. We're getting our rent-a-car and we're going up the Haul Road. This is really exciting because me and Luke went on a bear hunt in Montana in May, which was unsuccessful. We only had a few days out there, but man, we had a great time. And on this trip, we're kind of excited to get back in the woods together and try to kill a caribou. So hopefully have a great caribou trip.
From Weatherby, Kevin and I were joined by our good friend and outdoor writer David Faubion. We set out for Fairbanks, but things didn't go very smooth upon arrival.
All right, we just got our rental car. Mostly uneventful traveling here. Feels really good to have the masks off, not in the airport, but Mac, our camera guy, his bag did not make it. So we're gonna go run to Sportsman's Warehouse or some other sporting goods store, get some jet oil.
Run some errands.
Yeah, run some errands.
We got a list of stuff we couldn't bring on the plane.
Get a few essentials, and hopefully by the time we do that, get a meal. Mac's bag will be here, but we're ready to hit the haul road and head north.
See ya.
We have had a change of plans, so we stopped in Sportsman's Warehouse. Wanted to check and see how the meat eater rifle's going. I'd heard that they are doing really well at the Fairbanks store. So we stopped in, wanted to talk to the hunting department lead and the counter guys. And as soon as they found out we were from Weatherby, they wanted to know, like, what are we doing? What's going on? We told him what our plan was, and he's like, that's cool, but you need to get with Hook. Get with his buddy Hook, who runs an airboat up there. Apparently there's not a lot of water right now, and our plan was to hike in and inflatable kayak out on the alpaca kayaks. And he said there's not a ton of water, but he only needs an inch for that airboat. And he basically offered to take us up. We're definitely going to cover a whole lot more ground. So since Mac's bag's not here yet, we just pulled off into a parking lot next to the gun range, and we're getting our gear organized so that tomorrow when we meet him, we're good to go.
We got everything we needed and got Mac's bag, so we began our 450-mile trip, driving through the night, all the way up the Dalton Highway, with Caribou on our minds.
No, actually we just did. We just passed the turnoff. Living Good was 2 miles to the side, so we're just past.
So only 412 miles to go.
We're almost there. What's
It's
crazy?
It's 11:30.
It's 11:20, and it is still plenty of light. We're just gonna have twilight. It's really disorienting because for us it's really like 1:20.
Yeah, we've been awake for 22 hours right now.
Yep.
right now.
Man, just only like 10 more to drive. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
The Caribou are waiting.
We've got to get there.
It's about 8 a.m. on August 2nd, and we just made it to our original launch point for our plan that we changed yesterday. So this is the SAG. It's really cool to see it. I think everybody that understands like planning a trip for months at a time, when you look at it on maps and you plan it and you route it, and it's just cool to see it for the first time. So it's kind of cool to stand here. I've been looking at this on X for like 7 months, and now we're gonna abandon it. And we're gonna go somewhere else.
After a 5-minute conversation.
It's like 38 degrees. And that water's freezing.
The humidity level is...
Luke and David wanted to go chase this little caribou out there. Obviously not a giant bull. We're off side of the road, so we can't kill it because we don't have bows, obviously. Our buddy Hook, who's taking us in on the boat, had to adjust the pitch on his fan. So we're gonna give it a couple hours. Really nasty outside, so later we can see. And then we're gonna go like 15 to 20 miles back on this river, and then come back out on the rafts, hopefully, when we've killed 3 nice bulls. So it's really a super fun trip, and it's exciting to see all these places, and they're out there just chasing caribou.
It will be cold. Nothing else matters.
All right, it's August 2nd. We're here at the Dalton Highway, and we have met up with Hook. How long have you lived in Alaska?
Almost 25 years.
Almost 25 years. You've been doing this a long time.
Yes. I've been on the haul road since 1994.
Wow. Knows a lot about caribou, knows a lot about running these rivers, and we're blessed to be on his ship today. And we're going up a couple rivers. We're gonna get up on a caribou camp. We got the opportunity to go up there and look at the Arctic Ocean area this afternoon. So it's been an awesome day, awesome start to the trip, and hopefully we can end it with a few caribou.
Too late.
I've seen those Cabela's giant dry bags completely full, things like that, but this stuff is...
Which stuff?
He's
Like,
this
I think
heavy?
one of my fuel tanks weighs
He
more
said
than
this
all
heavy.
of your
He
gear.
said the fuel tanks weigh more than
We don't have
our
much
gear.
stuff.
What?
No,
We're planning on hiking in. Keep that in mind.
yeah, but still. So, yeah, if you just want to grab the anchor, we'll throw it in here. I'll get it fired up. We got about 2 minutes for warm-up time.
Okay.
It was time to head upriver in the airboat.
All right, we just got to where we're gonna call home for quite a few days. Maybe not, depending on how the caribou move through. It was a really fun ride in. And now we're just getting all of our stuff set up and get our tent up and kind of get everything set together. But it was a really cool ride for a first time doing that. But we're excited. We got this ridge we're gonna be able to get up on in glass, so we'll see.
Hook set about showing us around our camp and helping us to get our bearings, since everything in the tundra pretty much looks the same. It's worth mentioning that Hook was not allowed to give us any advice or information on where or how to find caribou. He operates solely as a transporter, and without an outfitter's license, he isn't legally allowed to help us locate caribou. He took a second to remind us exactly just how alone we are out there in the seemingly barren wasteland.
But yeah, you're the only ones out here for quite literally like 150 square miles right now. So you have the entire river to yourself.
Exciting.
Yep.
Sounds really good.
Yeah.
And just like that, we were alone in the tundra, hundreds of miles from even the hint of civilization. We got camp set up and decided to do some fishing in hopes of snagging some lunch.
Let's see if there's anything in there.
Well,
Oh, we're here.
first day. It feels like it's noon, but it's 6 o'clock.
Right?
I know we're just worn out, but
Yeah.
I want to go up to the top of this hill and look around.
I do too. Absolutely.
No, I want you to catch some fish first.
Well, I'd rather go up the hill first.
After catching some grayling and cooking some up, we headed up to the nearby hill to glass our surroundings. This hill was the only race point around us, and it played heavily into why we chose this spot. Between fog, rain, and the mosquitoes, Kevin and I decided to return to the tent for a little bit of rest, while David stayed out.
Well, we just had an invigorating game of cards, and David's taking shift up on the hill.
Yeah, we're doing shifts because from this spot we can pretty much see everything. So there's no sense in all 4 people being out in the snow wet. So one person was playing sentinel or scout, whatever you want to call it.
But it got cold.
It's cold and windy.
It got cold. The mosquitoes are kind of down, but we'll see.
Let's
Let's
go
see if we can play
let's go
cards and
see
kill
what he
caribou.
sees. Yeah, we saw, well, David saw some what we thought were caribou from really, really far away. We closed just a little bit of distance, and now we can tell through the spotter that it's about 7 or 8 muskox all bunched together, which is pretty awesome, but it's not caribou. And we can't shoot as non-residents. We cannot shoot a muskox.
We also have some caribou right around the other side of the river right here.
We do have caribou right over here.
David saw those. We owe all this to David.
It does not appear that there's a shooter in that group, but it's encouraging that there's caribou here on our first day of hunting.
We continued to glass around for a while, but nothing else appeared, and we decided to return to the tents.
Like everybody says, I guess we just got to wait for them to come to us
Yeah.
and then make our move.
I wonder if we should inflate a couple of the alpacas
I thought the same thing.
in case we do have to jump across.
I think that's a smart move.
We should,
Have
Be
them
ready.
tied down there.
yeah.
Heck, let's go do that.
Yeah.
Naturally, we got back, didn't inflate their rafts, and instead rested, weary from all the travel.
All right. We were taking a nap after our fish lunch, and David yelled at us and said, "We got shooter bulls coming." The only problem is, we have to cross the river. And they are moving. We are going to see if we can quickly blow these up, move across the river, and there's quite a few good bulls. We'll see what happens.
Fortunately, the alpaca rafts are super easy to inflate, and we crossed the river heading in the direction where we had last seen the caribou.
guys. They're gonna come at us though. They're gonna walk at us.
Yep.
When he clears himself out, Luke, are you on one?
Yeah.
Are you gonna try to shoot one? Luke, the far left one is the second biggest. Yes. Tell us when.
Ready?
Yep.
Get him. Got him?
Well, we just killed the first caribou with the new 338 RPM.
Oh my gosh.
Yes! Woo!
Hit him like a freaking ballistic missile.
So that was a real dilemma we had going there. We had no clue what to do.
That was
Try
intense.
left, go back behind and get in the wind, or go right at him. So we finally did. And these guys were pretty cautious. They're thinking, maybe we shouldn't get closer. And I just haven't shot this gun too much, this cartridge, and 300 yards, so I wanted. Right before we got to 300 yards, they took off running. It's like game over.
You're right at 3 when you shot though.
Yeah. They stopped luckily, and able to get a nice rest on the sneak outside pack. And already had one chambered, and flicked the safety off, and sent it. 225 grain AccuBond.
225, yeah.
Down she went.
Didn't take a step.
Hurt him hard.
Did you
He's
hear?
just
Did you hear
super
the
nice
hit?
bull.
Whop.
Super nice bull.
Yeah. Nice.
Hey,
Nice.
I didn't know he was that good when we were up there.
But I
when
did.
we
Remember?
came down, I was like, someone's got to kill that bull.
Yeah. There's no doubt.
Well,
Now the packing begins.
now we got some work to do.
This is going to get fun.
2 miles back to the camp. Luckily,
It's 8:30.
luckily
No
we
darkness.
have no darkness at all. Let's go check them out, boys. What the caribou looks like, huh? Wow. Wow.
Holy crap.
Oh,
That is rad.
look at this, guys.
Dude.
How exciting is this?
Okay. Caribou. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Look at the velvet.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, make
So-
that happen.
My first caribou. Dreamt of hunting these things for the last 35 years. I don't remember a time I didn't want to hunt them. And my buddies called and said, hey, we got a crazy trip. Probably not going to get anything, but might as well go try for North Slope caribou. I said, I'm in.
Putting on wet boots this morning after a late night pack out. We got back to the camp after David shot his bull about 12:30 or so last night. And one thing we've realized is just the fact of life here is you're going to be wet. So we got wet, and I'm still wet, but I'm actually not cold, so that's good. Fresh day. Just glassing from the campsite, we potentially have a bull on the horizon a long ways off. Maybe is one of the smaller bulls with the bull that we shot last night, but not certain. So we'll see what the day holds. But we're going to head up and up top, go from there. I made it about 30 or 40 yards from the campsite, and we've got Kevin over here running back, pointing heavily. Oh, right. There's a freaking whole herd of them right there. We're going across. We got a good one in there?
Yeah, we got two good ones. They're moving very quick.
I see them. We got to do the same path we did last night.
What's the range? Yeah, moving quick. We gotta get in those boats. Get across.
My rangefinder is foggy right now. It's too foggy to...
We gotta go.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh my bulls. 700.
Hey, here. You want to get that boat right there? Unless I shot off your shoulder, Luke. Luke, unless I shot off your shoulder.
They're coming.
About 100 yards. 100 yards.
The last one.
They smell us. Right. He's the one in the back.
The last one. Ready?
Yeah, get it.
You're
Nailed.
involved in him.
Luke, they might stop.
Not high enough.
Use the tripod.
Luke, they're stopping. You want one?
Use the tripod.
He's the back one. You want the back one. Okay. Yep. Ready? He's facing you. Okay. I'm gonna, as soon as he turns. Smoked him!
There's Faubion over there. And we pulled another double.
2 doubles. Unfreaking real. Dude, we tagged out.
We're
like,
done.
Day 2.
They're right there. Those are good bulls. I'm super happy.
Yours is a hoss.
I'm thrilled.
Hoss.
Well,
Oh my god.
is it August 4th?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's August 4th. Last night, Faubion shot his bull miles from camp. We got in at 12:30. Slept in only till 7, felt pretty good. And Faubion went up to the top, said, hey, we got Caribou moving across, and we did a race.
Yeah.
We got inflated the rafts, came down river to try to cut them off, which ended up probably being the best move we did.
That was a good idea you had to do that.
Come down, cut up a couple hundred yards off the creek.
We went about 200 to 300 yards down. Look, you can see our campsite right there.
Here's camp.
And then
We just ran, I mean, we were literally soaked. we went into very deep water. That's the second time we pulled something like
no
that
doubt.
off.
Whitetail in South Dakota.
Yep.
Unreal. They were rutting, like fighting each other. You shot yours, and
Yeah.
mine was still trying to fight your dead deer.
This is nuts with these mosquitoes.
Yeah, these are real.
Anyways, It looks like we're down on both.
Nice work, guys.
Dude, day 2, 14 hours ago we shot yours.
I can't believe you guys got a double on Caribou about 13 seconds apart.
So it looked like that group, that there were 2 groups.
Yeah, so very weird. So this morning, whatever time it is, noon, I have no clue.
It's 10 o'clock.
Time ceases to exist when you're in Alaska.
It's 10:10.
So I went up to our glassing perch this morning, and before I even got up there, I looked and I spotted a herd of cows and calves. That's the second group you guys were referring to. And then, when I was waiting for you to get up there, I looked, and this herd of bulls came running down out of the middle of nowhere, running right towards them. And the two...
It was crazy.
It's funny because we saw the herd up on the hill. That was all cows when we got to here.
We
yeah.
couldn't quite
All
see
the bulls had come down here.
The bulls kind of separated. They wanted to come this way, and they finally did. But a couple times they would run up and meet with the cows and just cut along the
and push
face.
them.
We
and
tried to
push
get
them.
in this
Yeah.
low draw, and we're like, we got cover, believe it or not. And we see the cows going up the hill, and we're like, no.
Yeah.
It's all cows. It's all cows. And then we get to right where we can see them, and they're like, they're coming right
Yeah,
at
yeah.
us.
And they came right to us.
They came right to us.
I had the spotting scope on the bulls, and my binoculars ready to go to you guys, and I'm thinking, they're gonna run over each
He
other.
shot right at 100. And I shot at
Off the
120.
camera tripod, Mac let me borrow it. And then I gave it to Luke, and I was like, back bulls, really nice bull.
So I'm sitting there watching the herd, and all of a sudden they spooked. They saw you guys, and they started going north again.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden one of them just goes quap. I thought, that's weird. And all of a sudden, kaboom sounds out. And then I'm looking at the other one. I train my spotting scope to the other one, waiting. And they take off running more. All of a sudden he stops and just goes, kapow. Then the sound hits me.
Oh, that
So
was
cool.
awesome.
That is without question the coolest DIY hunt I've ever been a part of.
That was so rad.
Thank
Glad
you
we're
guys.
here, yeah.
This is amazing.
We got to raft
What a
across
gorgeous
the river.
day.
Yeah.
What a
The
gorgeous
sun is
day.
out in Alaska today.
Incredible.
Cool, man.
Incredible.
Let's go check these suckers out.
Let's do it.
Alaska is quite unlike any place I've ever been. It's wild and untamed in a way that can only resemble what it must have looked like before man came to subdue the land around us. It's a place that exists in its own time, where the sun may never set or fail to rise at all. When the three of us set out on this adventure, we went in blind. Only one of us had ever even been to Alaska before, and we planned on making a several thousand-mile trip from Wyoming to Fairbanks and then all the way up the Dalton Highway, which is the furthest north that you can drive on any established highway in the world. We had never even seen the place we intended to hunt, and we were relying solely on Onyx and secondhand accounts to guide us. With the complications of traveling during the heights of COVID-19, the barriers to success of this trip seemed stacked against us. Despite this, we set out with 3 caribou tags and a lot of open road ahead. It was the kind of trip that I'll remember for the rest of my life, with the perfect combination of adventure, success, good laughs, and good friends. It's a trip you walk away from completely speechless. John Muir said it best. I believe all of us will continue to chase Alaska as long as we live and as long as she'll have us.